Are you struggling to find your passion? Have you ever taken one of those career quizzes that kind of let you know what you'd be good at? It's like a safe place for you to go because you're already good at these things and therefore you could pull off the job, you could do it. But as you look at it, you go, that doesn't really light me up. That's not who I am. That's not what I'm about. And you're wondering, how is it that I find my purpose? How is it that I find my passion, my zest for living? Well, what if you could find that? What if there was a way for you to find it, and it's not through a quiz and it's not through a test. It's looking within, and it's one other thing. And I'm going to share that with you today. Hey, thanks for joining me on Tactical Beliefs and Core Stories. What this is it's about helping you figure out what you really want to create in your life. And the biggest thing, the biggest challenge that you have is actually yourself. So how can you get out of your own way so you can get what you want? It's with Tactical Beliefs and the core stories that you tell about yourself. The core stories you tell about yourself, that's your identity. That's who you are, who you want to be, or who you are, why you're here, and what you're about. When you understand those things, everything else just kind of clicks together. But what do you do right now when you're trying to find your purpose? You're trying to find your passion, and you're trying to find out what you are about. Well, let me share with you some things that maybe will help. So years ago, my daughter was in college. She was very bright, really smart, and she had a couple of kind of different directions that she could go. She was really good at economics and math, just excelled in it, was phenomenal. She felt like she could make a big difference in the world, and also she felt like she had been given these gifts and she needed to do something with them, because a lot of people aren't good at math. But she had this gift and she felt like, okay, well, I need to do something with this gift to make a difference in people's lives. But she also had this creative side, this artistic side, but she felt like she needed to push that away so that she could pursue economics. And she got more than halfway through college and was just blasting through it when my wife and I were watching this, and we wanted her to be able to calm down, relax, and enjoy her college experience just a little bit more. So we suggested she go on a study abroad, which she did. She went to London, England. And on this study abroad, it was a study that worked on plays, Shakespearean plays primarily. And she went to play after play after play, all of these things that they have in this thriving art community in London, and it lit her up. When she came home, she was just so full of life. She loved theater. She had done theater in high school, and now just getting back into it just seemed so good, and she was so excited about it. And my wife and I could see this very clearly, but my daughter couldn't, because she saw herself in this little box as in economics, and as an economist, is that how you say it? An economics major. But we saw that what really lit her up was when she experienced theater and when she helped other people with theater. So we talked to her about it and shared kind of our insights. And it was interesting that sometimes you have to think outside of the box, which means listening to other people's opinions and their thoughts to kind of guide you on who you are. And as I say that, I got to be kind of cautious, or you have to be kind of cautious. When you're listening to other people, don't let them drive. You have your hands on the steering wheel of your life. You are being deliberate, you're being intentional, but listen, pay attention. Ask them questions and allow to get their perspective as you navigate the streets of your life. Does that make sense to you? So I want you to think about what really lights you up. And I have an exercise for you that is just a phenomenal one. It will make you uncomfortable, but it will get you a little further along the road to figure out, what your purpose is, what your passion is. And that is, I want you to talk to 5 different people. I want you to reach out to 5 different people and ask them what they think your passion is. What are your gifts? What do they see that you're really good at? And see, they're going to have this perspective that's outside of yourself. They're going to be able to see things that you can't quite see because, you're so focused up here, and they're going to see the bigger picture. Now, pick 5 people who are diverse. Maybe some are family members, but maybe some are friends. Maybe some are people that you've recently met. But as you kind of get a cross-section of these 5 people, ask them, what do you see are my gifts? What am I good at? As you ask them that, and then just kind of quietly listen. See if you find any commonalities between the 5 different people. I mean, hopefully these are 5 people that don't know each other, and it's not at the same time, and so they're not all collaborating and saying the same things, but maybe you're hearing some consistent patterns. I know there's one famous artist who would sketch out a painting and then kind of erase over it or tear it away and start on another one. Then he would do another sketch and then another, and he would find these consistent lines that would show up over and over and over again. And what he did was he got rid of all the other lines and used only the lines that repeatedly came up. He found those were the most important lines. You can do that with your life as you figure out, kind of who you are, what you're about, and why you're here. Let me tell you one more story. This is a guy that grew up in my valley, and he grew up and he was always just so fidgety all the time in school, just kind of always tapping around, and it was driving the teachers nuts. They couldn't stand it, and he was always in trouble. And a lot of the teachers would kind of make him feel like he was a bad kid because he just couldn't sit still. Well, finally, he had one teacher that was so frustrated with him. He was 10 years old at the time. He was so frustrated, and he said, "Clint, stay after class." He was worried. He was nervous about what was going to go on. After class, he went up to the teacher. The teacher sat him down and said, "Clint, you're not a bad kid. Have you ever considered," and he reached back and opened his drawer and he pulled out a couple of drumsticks, "maybe you're a drummer." He handed him those drumsticks. He'd never held drumsticks before, and he started to play and he started to tap, and he started to discover that he had music within him that wouldn't get quiet. But it took somebody outside of him to discover this, to point out to him who he is and what he's maybe good at. Anyway, his name is Clint Pulver. Now he used those drumming skills to fund his way through college. It paid for his college, it paid for his career, and now he goes around speaking to large audiences all over the world to help them discover who they are. Take the time today to talk to 5 different people, reach out to 5 different people who will share with you what they see your gifts are. Don't let them drive, just listen and see if you find some consistent things, and listen to your heart. And often when we find the true core story, there's something that sparks there that lets us know, yes, that's true. That's a direction I need to go. So I hope you do that, and I hope you subscribe and get more ideas on how to truly find the identity that you want, how to create that so that you can be the kind of person you truly want to be. What can you add? Now, are you ready to join the conversation? Are you willing to add your voice, your thoughts, your ideas, your impressions? If so, add them in the comment section below. We need your voice. Now, if you have been inspired to take action, don't let an impression slip by. Train yourself to listen to and follow your inner voice. Of course, the best place to take action is at scottwilhite.com, because if you join me for a free web class, you will receive a copy of my Purpose Planner, the tool you've been missing that will help you uncover your purpose. You can totally do this. Your roots produce your fruits. Choose your beliefs and pick your identity. It is choice, not chance, that determines your reality. See you next time.